Hey guys, Girly Girl Rotom here, and I'm sick. By the time I'm writing this, BFDI 6 came out 2 days ago, and spoiler alert, Wobunch lost, so they're up for elimination. Hey guys, unrelated, but have you ever heard people say that Pin's character was ruined in Teapot? I sure have. And now, more than ever, I see people in her comment section spouting things like, hey, don't let the fact that Pin's character was ruined in Teapot make you dislike her. And I probably shouldn't be bothered because, at least they're giving her likes. But I honestly get so irked when people say this because Pin is one of my favorite characters, second only to Golf Ball. And I don't think a lot of people appreciate her. And in a way, I kind of see Pin as the opposite of Golf Ball. In the way I'm about to say, they're both described as mean and bossy in the first season, but for the most part, their personalities kind of divulge after that, because unlike Golf Ball, Pin seems to be really aware that people don't like her, or didn't like her, and, did something about it. I like a lot of things about Pin. I love her voice, I think she's cute, and I love and relate to her desire to be better. If you're not in the fandom and want to hear the tea, or if you need catching up, the gist of it is that people are mad at her and calling her a Karen because she was very touchy about her team supposedly cheating in Teapot 2. Two-pot. Even though the host was okay with it for the most part. And let me preface this by saying that if you come into this already hating Pin, then this video isn't really going to change your mind. This is more so for the people who are either already on the fence about her or are open to hearing me out. I really don't want to argue. I'm just a Pin fan who really wants to defend her from the haters of this world. And if I'm being honest, I think my overall goal with this video is to convince at least one person who either didn't like her or is unsure of her to maybe empathize with her character. But yeah, onto my defense about Pin. Like I said before, the masses have turned on her because she made a big deal about her team cheating in 2 Teapot episodes, I believe. She was upset that her team used glue in Teapot 2, and she was on the fence about using a restaurant for an idea in Teapot 3 when it was another team's idea, despite them not using it. And being brutally honest, I think it's a pretty weird and unfair thing to be mad about with a character. If they're mad about the fact that Pin is uncomfortable with cheating, I think that's weird. I don't know. Why that? That shouldn't be something that makes you angry. But to give the benefit of the doubt, I think the thing most people are angry about was that she was insistent about ratting her team out, which is, fair. It's okay. I understand that that's annoying to hear. And yeah, it's pretty easy to pick on her since she's the only one really making a big deal out of her team using glue to stick blocks together, aside from Gady for 2 minutes. But when we look at the bigger picture, I think it really makes sense why she's so adamant that her team doesn't cheat by taking a closer look at her character. Going back to the original season of BFDI, Pin was vastly different from her more recent iterations. She was pretty imposing and rude, and because of this, she was eliminated pretty early alongside most antagonistic contestants. But like I said earlier, I think it's very implied that she just realized that nobody really liked this about her. And it's also pretty easy to forget, if you're not like me with constantly rewatching clips of your favorites, that Pin cheated. She cheated in BFDI. In the rejoin challenge with the bread loaves, she's seen tripping contestants and making their loaves fall. A trick which is described by the announcer to be cheating. She was cheating. Pin, mainly in BFB and Teapot, seems to me as someone who didn't like the way that she was before, and is actively trying to change because of it. And the ways she goes about it just, I guess, sometimes don't seem the best. If Pin is overly conscious about doing right by the viewers or doing right by her fellow contestants, then it's also logical to assume that her overreaction to her team cheating stems from that nasty memory of who she used to be, a time which is defined by the fact that nobody liked her and she had no friends. And I just threw out a lot of word vomit there, so I just want to add the fact that a lot of what I'm saying is purely speculation and me looking way too into Pin's character. This is me kind of just gathering things from what we're being told. I'm just going to assume. This is an assumption. And, like, you know, I'm fully aware that Teapot 7 could reveal that Pin just didn't want to cheat because cheating killed her grandma or something. But I really think, either consciously or unconsciously, her actions are spurred on by her past in BFDI Season 1. And I'll even go one step further to suggest that she's also trying to protect her own team from that reputation by being insistent that they don't go down the same path she did. So basically, Pin is insecure, which is why it really gets me when people hate on her unnecessarily. Like, I understand it's annoying that she tried to rat her team out and that she tried to get them in trouble. Like, she was being a narc. Yeah, that's true. But she didn't even get them in trouble. Like, she was just, I don't know, she was just insistent that they did. She's coming from a place of insecurity. Now, aside from this, I think people are also harping on the fact that she was pretty snippy to Connie when he tells her that she can't act like BFDIA didn't happen, to which he tells her she can because it sucked.
Well, it's true, right? And it's so cool. Look, you can't just act like BFDIA didn't happen.
Actually, I can, because it sucked. There, I'll just say it. I don't know why you keep pretending it was fun.
Pretending?
Let's talk later.
Now, without getting too much into Pin and Connie's, relationship, I can see why people look upon this interaction with a negative lens towards Pin. She is admittedly oblivious to the fact that Connie really seemed to like competing in BFDIA. Maybe it's because he had fun, but I'm also willing to bet it's a pleasant memory based on the fact it's when he and Pin's friendship really blossomed. And I don't know, it could be seen as hurtful, but Pin also has a right to dislike it because, well, first of all, she has a right to dislike it. You can't be mad at someone because, you know, she dislikes something that you didn't. But Pin had a pretty bad time in BFDIA specifically. She barely had any friends following from the first season, and her attempts to patch stuff up and change herself were often thwarted. She had her limbs removed. She was on the smallest team in the beginning. I don't blame her for thinking that it sucked. But also, this point would have been stronger if BFDIA stayed cancelled, which it isn't anymore. So who knows if this will hold up, maybe later on down the line, Pin has an unforgettable, amazing experience, and this will all be a moot point, she's just mad at BFDIA. In conclusion, I guess we've reached the conclusion. I'm gonna go a little off the rails here, but this is why I'm kind of so protective over Pin. I think that not a lot of people are understanding just exactly why she's being so, I don't know, flighty and weird about cheating or about doing the right thing. It's just because she has experience in, not doing the same thing. When she was season 1, she has experience with being disliked. And to me, it just, I don't know, it feels bad to me that people are criticizing her or dunking on her for nothing, essentially nothing. I get that it's annoying. I just don't see how her character was ruined just because she, I don't know, was really weird about her team supposedly cheating. I've heard some people say that Samuel Thornberry, who is a writer for Teapot, I believe, has said that he also doesn't like the way Pin turned out, or doesn't like the direction Pin is going. And I don't know if that's true, because I haven't seen it, I've only heard it, so take it with a grain of salt. But I mean, if that's the case, I don't know. To me, it makes sense why Pin is like that, It's also fine if the writers aren't really liking the direction they're taking her in. I want her to be done justice. There's not a lot, that can ruin BFDI for me, the whole series, the whole franchise. And I don't know. I just leave Pin alone, guys, okay? She's been through enough. I don't think that this is something, worthwhile to complain about with her character. She's just going through development. Like, I don't know. I don't want to be rambling for too much. But yeah, I just want people to lay off her a little bit, because at the end of the day, she's trying. She's trying her best to right a past wrong, or I don't know what she's trying to do. To me, she's just trying to right a past wrong. It could be canonically something else, like maybe she's just trying to be seen in a better light, but she's trying, okay? Be fair to her, okay? You can dislike her, but I don't think it's really fair to say that her character was ruined, or you hope she gets better, because this is Pin, okay? I'm tired of people just harping on her for something that isn't that big of a deal. You can just if you dislike her character, this isn't for you. You're gonna harp on Pin regardless. But if you liked her character beforehand and you believe that it's ruined now, this is for you, okay? It's not ruined. She's just trying her best. And an end note, hello, Jack and Jellyfy, if you're watching this, please hire me.